Bemerkungen noch einmal auf die währungspolitischen Probleme hingewiesen. Wir begegnen einer Volkswirtschaft mit einer unterbewerteten Währung in der Größenordnung zwischen 25% und 30% gegenüber anderen Wirtschaftsräumen. Das ist ein so massiver Wettbewerbsvorteil, über den wir sprechen müssen. Und wir haben auch verabredet, dass wir darüber sprechen, über das Format. Muss noch abschließend Einigkeit erzielt werden. Aber währungspolitische Ungleichgewichte sind eben auch ein Teil geoökonomischer
Respect of your quiet person, and thank you very much for allowing this opportunity despite all of the hard work and very busy schedule that you have.
هبدأ كلامي بالتهنئة والتهنئة كبيرة جدا جدا على ما أنجزته فخامة الرئيس فيما يخص استعادة السلام في الشرق الأوسط والاستقرار.
Well, let me start by expressing big congratulations for the breakthrough that you have achieved, Mr. President, of restoring peace to the Middle East.
اسمح لي فخامة الرئيس إن بمجرد الإعلان عن هذا الاتفاق في تقدير كبير جدا لفخامة الرئيس، ولكن هذا التقدير زاد والإعجاب زاد في إدارة أزمة بمثل هذا المستوى، ونحن مستنيين الإعلان عن هذا الاتفاق حتى يتم توجيه الشكر والتقدير علنا من خلال مؤسسة الرئاسة والدولة المصرية لشخصكم لهذا الاتفاق الذي أنجزتموه.
Once the deal was announced, there has been great appreciation, but the admiration has increased in this marvelous management of such crisis at the highest level.
Thank you.
We're waiting for the deal to be declared as a final deal, so that we can react appropriately and state our positive views and perspective of that great deal from the presidency and on behalf of the Egyptian people.
واسمح لي فخامة الرئيس أيضا إن احنا نوجه كل التقدير والاحترام أيضا لشخصكم على العلاقات القوية وعلى الدعم اللي بتقدمه أمريكا لمصر.
I'd like also to express highest appreciation and respect of your calm person for the productive and excellent relations between Egypt and the United States and all the support that the United States is providing for Egypt.
تفهمكم لمشكلة السد أيضا في الأمر أسجل في احترامي وتقديري أيضا لكم فخامة الرئيس.
For the record, again, Mr. President, I cannot overemphasize how much respect I have for you, for your understanding of the challenging issue of the dam to Egypt.
مش عارف اللي أنا أقوله ده مناسب إن أقوله ولا لأ، ولكن أثناء العشاء امبارح أنا وجدت فخامة الرئيس محاط بكل القادة والرؤساء عايزين يتحدثوا معاه لدرجة إن هو يمكن ما كانش عنده لحظة.
If I'm going to say is appropriate or not, but I observed during the dinner of last night that you were surrounded, Mr. President, by all world leaders. They didn't give you a moment to enjoy your dinner.
There was a lot of surround. Oh, we had a great time, but it was a lot. It was a lot of work last night. You saw that, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor. It's really fantastic. So I'll be doing a news conference at about 4 o'clock today. Before we leave, we're going to Paris, and then we'll be going home tonight, I guess, if you really figure it. And so we'll be heading to Paris, where we have a big dinner meeting with a lot of the same people. And then we're going home, and it's been a very successful trip. A lot of things have happened that have been very good. We'll be discussing a little bit about the deal with Iran at the 4 o'clock news conference. It's a great deal for a lot of reasons, but number one, by far, 99.9% is they will never have a nuclear weapon. And you can't give Iran a nuclear weapon. And they will never have a nuclear weapon. So that's very, very strong. It's a very strong deal. Nobody knows what it is, but it's very strong. And most people seem to be very happy. Who's really happy is the market, because the market's gone up thousands of points over the last 4 or 5 days since hearing about it. And the Strait is going to be opening. It's already partially opened. It's going to be opening up soon in full over the next day or two. And the market has gone wild, and oil has come tumbling down. Oil is at $73 to $74, and it's getting to very close to where it was before. the crisis. The difference is now we have Iran without a nuclear weapon. So we'll see how that all plays out. I think people are going to be very happy. But there's nothing so smart as the market. And the market loves it beyond anything that I've actually seen. Again, the stock market has gone through the roof and oil has come tumbling down. I guess it's in the low 70s now.
That's right.
That's amazing. So that's what speaks. That speaks louder than words. The alternative would be a worldwide depression. You know, the stupid people want to have a worldwide depression, and they're stupid people. So you can only go so far. Drive somebody into the ground, and a lot of bad things happen. Number one, the Strait would never open because they don't like floating billion-dollar ships up and down a strait when there are rockets flying over them and mines all over the place. So the Strait would never be open. It wouldn't be open for a long time. So we have a very hot stock market, and we have starting to be a very low oil price, and that's going to have a huge impact on affordability caused by the Democrats. The Democrats have caused so many problems, you have no idea, but I'll never forget, I took over, and I'm in the office for one day, and I had my first news conference, and they said, affordability, sir, affordability, what are you doing about it? I said, I've just been here one day. They tell me about affordability. They're the ones that caused affordability. It's just another con job. They made up the word affordability, but we're bringing prices down a lot, and they're coming down fast. And with the settlement, so worthwhile, with the settlement where you're not going to have a nuclear weapon, and then we bring them down on top of that, and I think oil prices might get lower than where they were before the war. So I'm going to see you at 4 o'clock, and we'll discuss that a little bit, and we'll discuss other things. But we've had a great meeting. It's been a great summit. And France has done a fantastic job. President Macron has been he's really done a great job. It's been very well received. Everybody here has been, I don't know if they've been happy. Some are not doing so well, but some are doing very well. But they've done a beautiful job. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Press.
President, the MOU is reported, including.
Have I read it?
Well, it's been reported that it includes a $300 billion construction fund funded by Gulf countries. That's false.
False. People, you can invest if you want. I mean, what am I going to do? Say nobody's ever allowed to invest? No, we're not investing. We're not putting up 10 cents. And people can decide to do that, but that's up to them. I mean, do you want me to say nobody's ever allowed to invest in a country? I'll say it with Egypt. Nobody's allowed to invest in Egypt. Am I supposed to say that?
I'm asking whether.
We are not investing in it, and we do not have a fund.
Are you asking Gulf countries?
No, I'm not. If they do it, fine, but I would say they won't be doing it for a while until they find out the behavior. It's a behavior thing, but we are not investing. That's a false story that got picked up incorrectly from a statement that was pretty well made, I think, maybe a little bit, could have been a little more accurate, frankly, but it's a story. We are not investing 10 cents. Don't forget, there's never been anybody that's been so tough on Iran. This should have been done by Clinton and Barack Hussein Obama. It should have been done by Biden. It should have been done by Bush. It could have been done by a lot of people. This has been going on for 47 years. They've ripped you off for 47 years, and I'm the only one that did anything about it. They never shot missiles at anybody. We wiped out their Navy. We wiped out their military. We wiped out their Air Force. They have no anti-aircraft. They have no radar. You know, the reason oil stayed low is because we were taking ships out every night that you didn't even know about. 2 days ago, 3 days ago, a month ago, we took out 22 ships. We averaged from 15 to 25 ships a night. Nobody knew that. Our Navy did a great job. Nobody knew what was happening. That's why oil didn't go to $300 a barrel. It went to $125, $115. Now it's at 72, 73. I heard it's lower than that now. I haven't seen it in the last couple of hours. No, we were very tough, and we took out a man named Soleimani. Remember that? You know, you think this would have happened if he were alive? The evil genius? He was an evil genius. People forget that. I took out Soleimani in my first term. Without that, you don't have the situation that we're in today where we dominated. We wiped out their military. And because we did that, and then we put up the blockade, which was totally effective. Not one ship got by state.
Is the text of the agreement now final, or are you still?
No, it's not final. It's a memorandum of understanding, and if I don't like it, we'll go back to shooting at them, dropping bombs on their head.
When do you expect them to?
If I don't like it, if they don't behave, we'll go right back to dropping bombs right smack in the middle of their head. Okay? Because they misbehaved for 47 years. All right?
Does it include?
But nobody could have made this deal. I mean, the JCPOA done by Obama, he handed him $1.7 billion in cash, gave him hundreds of millions of dollars, gave him billions and billions of dollars, but he gave him $1.7 billion in cash, green cash from banks, into a Boeing 757 and flew it into Iran. And they stood at the plane. I have pictures of it, like, oh my, look at this money he's giving us. He tried to bribe his way out. I didn't do that. Nobody mentions that. 1.7 billion and hundreds of millions of dollars. They tried to bribe their way out of it. And you know what the Iranians did? They laughed at Obama and they said he's a stupid son of a bitch. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
We do support Egypt rights, water security.
Well, that's what we're talking about. You know, listen.
How are you?
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Of course I support Egypt. He's a friend of mine. From day one, you know, I met him early in the campaign when Crooked Hillary and I were running against each other, right? And I was told that the president of Egypt is here. That was a big deal. It's still a big deal for me to be with the great president of Egypt, but not as big as it used to be before I ran. So he was in a hotel and I met him and we fell in love, deeply in love. And he didn't even want to see Hillary. He said, "You're going to win. I don't want to be there." He said, "You're going to win." He didn't want to see her. Remember that? So we had a good relationship right from the beginning. No, we met. We didn't know each other before that. We had great chemistry. And I stayed twice as long as I was supposed to, took up her time. And then when it was her time, he didn't want to meet with her. But he did because he's a gentleman, but it lasted about 1 minute. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. You also spoke about also dramatic. Have you talked to Osama about it?
Oye, si mira,